Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to be talking about the primary results from last night, the Wyoming and Alaska primary results, and huge news. Everyone probably already knows, but Liz Cheney, the worst rhino probably in the party, the biggest sellout who managed to somehow make $36 million in her 6 years in office, has lost by a massive margin, losing by almost 40% of the vote to Trump endorsed Harriet Hageman. I don't actually know how to say her last name. The horrible politician of Liz Cheney, who is now supposedly having aspirations for the White House in 2024, probably to make even more money, has lost in a resounding defeat and a complete rejection by Americans of the corporate establishment globalist Republicans and a complete embrace of the America First Trump agenda. It's great to see this happening. And coming just after the FBI raid, we see how important that's going to be, how much of an effect it's actually having on our politics and the Republican Party. The raid itself, although not entirely the reason Cheney lost, has a big impact. Cheney lost not just because of her voting records being pretty bad, but also her complete rejection of America First, her complete rejection of Trump, and her constant attacks without any basis on him and his movement and his supporters, and then thinking she somehow was still in touch and somehow people would actually vote for her. She lost in a massive margin because she is beyond out of touch and no one likes her. Nobody. This was a massive victory, and I didn't think it was going to be this big, but this is something to be very, very proud of and something to be very happy about. It's a good sign for what's coming and what the midterms are going to look like. And beyond that, there's only a few more Republicans we need to primary out of the House, one of which being Murkowski. And then on top of that, we also have the Senate, where we have to get rid of 7 neocon establishment Republicans who voted to impeach Trump there as well. I don't know all of them off the top of my head, but I know one is Romney and one is Susan Collins. We are rebuilding the party, putting America first, and taking it back from the corporate establishment that has destroyed our country for so long and pushed the Republican Party further and further to the left. We also, I don't think complete results yet, but we got results out of Alaska, the first round of the U.S. at-large House primary between Palin, Nick, and the Democrat. Right now, Palin, better candidate easily, is down 6 points on the Democrat candidate, but with it being a primary and it's a rounded primary, there are more rounds, obviously. When that happens, Palin, who has advanced, will go against Mary Peltola, and Nick Begich won't be in the race. That being the case, that 28% will go to Palin. She'll get 60% and she'll win the House seat in Alaska, giving another America First Republican another seat in Congress, helping us further increase the red wave and take back this country. On top of that, Lisa Murkowski is only up by around 5% total. Only 5% in the top 4 Senate primary in Alaska. We are close to getting rid of her, and there's only 65% in. So there is a chance that Murkowski could still fall down. Now, she'll go on no matter what because this is the top 4 primary. Top 4 go on to the next round. So that being said, as we get closer and closer and closer, Kelly Tshibaka and Murkowski will be the final 2 candidates running. Tshibaka being the Trump-endorsed candidate, obviously a much, much better candidate than Rhino Murkowski. She hopefully can, in the final round, beat Murkowski for that seat, and we can remove another establishment Rhino. There was also the governor primary. It was kind of expected what was going to happen there anyway. Mike Dunleavy won. His incumbent governor. He's a good governor. No one was going to beat him, so there's nothing special about that. But aside from that, again, there's the massive win, taking out Liz Cheney, Palin winning, and eventually going to beat Mary Peltola, And then on top of that, we have Kelly Shibaka, who has a very solid chance of taking on or beating Lisa Murkowski, and then win that Senate seat in November. The red wave is only continuing to grow as we get closer and closer, and Americans are going to have candidates who are going to make this country great again. No more are we going to be putting Americans last, we will be putting them first. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. My socials are in the description of the video if you want to see more content. I will be doing more updates on upcoming elections and primary results, as well as the midterms. If you're interested in that, consider leaving a like and commenting as well. Tell me what you think about the results from last night's primaries. That's all for now. Good night.